Level 1. Introduction. Every relationship begins with an introduction. This stage is when two people first notice each other and leave either a lasting impression or none at all. It usually passes quickly, but it can determine the fate of the relationship. First impressions form fast and are hard to erase. At this level, what stands out is often surface level: appearance, eye contact, tone of voice, a smile. But these details shape the initial answer to the question, is this person worth getting to know? People typically present their best selves during this stage, which can make the interaction feel a bit artificial and the expectations unclear. Yet, this very uncertainty can spark curiosity. In the end, the introduction stage is the first threshold a relationship must cross. If it can't, the relationship ends before it even begins. Level 2. Attraction. Following the introduction, this stage reveals whether emotional and physical interest is developing between the two people. Curiosity, desire, and attention come into play, giving the relationship momentum. At this point, it's no longer just about noticing each other. Both have started thinking about one another. Social media stalking increases, the sound of their voice becomes pleasant, and time flies when they're together. The brain's reward system is activated, and even in absence, the other person remains on the mind. Attraction isn't purely physical. Intelligence, sense of humor, attitude, and energy also play a key role. Some people attract with looks alone, while others leave a deeper impression through their behavior. Communication intensifies, plans are made, and conversations grow longer. Emotional investment is still limited, but the strength and direction of interest start to take shape. It's an exciting yet uncertain phase. Level 3. Communication. If attraction is the spark, communication determines whether that spark turns into a real relationship. At this stage, being attractive is no longer enough. Being understood, valued, and heard becomes essential. Conversations grow longer, but what matters isn't just what's said, but how it's received. Some words bring people closer. Even silence can create a bond. This is when true empathy, or its absence, becomes clear. Are both people truly listening, or just waiting for their turn to speak? The first conflicts often arise here. One may want more attention, the other more space. If expectations aren't voiced, tension builds. But with healthy communication, these differences can turn into harmony. This stage doesn't define how long the relationship will last, but how it will feel. Because strong relationships aren't built on the intensity of love, but on the depth of understanding. Level 4. Trust. This stage marks the shift from fragility to stability in a relationship. Attraction and communication can be strong, but without trust, the relationship won't last. Trust is the invisible foundation that holds everything together. Now, it's not just about good times, but also sharing tough moments. Even if messages aren't replied to immediately, worst-case scenarios aren't imagined. Trust brings peace, not control. Both partners become more open. Defenses drop. Vulnerabilities and past wounds can be discussed. Openness is no longer a risk, but a way to build connection. However, this is also a testing phase. Even a small lie or neglect can shake trust. Because trust isn't built by words, but by consistent actions. Level 5. Commitment. Commitment is the stage where the relationship becomes a conscious choice, not just a fleeting feeling. Partners still love, trust, and communicate, but now there's a decision to build a future together. Spontaneous meetings give way to shared plans. What are we doing today? Turns into, where will we be 6 months from now? The relationship evolves from a simple connection into a solid structure. At this stage, determination joins emotions. Staying despite flaws, moving closer during challenges instead of drifting apart, and focusing on solving problems rather than ending them become key. But commitment is not dependency. Individuals remain themselves while becoming parts of a whole. Being able to say, I'm myself even when I'm with you, defines this phase. When commitment is real, the relationship no longer drifts. It takes root. Level 6. Harmony. Harmony is when the relationship moves beyond emotions to synchronize lifestyles. Loving alone is no longer enough. Habits, values, and daily life start to align. Morning routines, finances, family ties, and leisure preferences find a shared balance. Partners learn not just to accept each other, but to live together. Harmony isn't about being the same, but flowing together despite differences. The real test is whether conflicts lead to fights or to solutions. True harmony isn't the absence of problems, but finding a common language to address them. Level 7. Deepening. This is the highest stage of a relationship. It's no longer just about love, but about deep understanding, unconditional acceptance, and a shared vision for life. Partners complement each other's flaws and grow together. They move forward hand in hand toward common goals without sacrificing themselves. Communication is transparent. Fears, dreams, and even silences feel safe. Challenges are no longer obstacles to avoid, but hurdles to overcome together. Deepening means loving with imperfections, not perfection. The goal isn't to be flawless, but to walk the path together. Those who reach this stage experience a true and fulfilling relationship. Relationships are complex, but knowing these stages makes it easier. If this video helped you, subscribe and share in the comments which stage you're at. See you next time. Goodbye.